Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the 500 millionth Oblast show. I have a exciting show. I think actually very important show, I believe. And I'm going to bring Ann on here in a minute. I just want to let you know how proud I am of everybody who comes to here. And I'm actually really proud because of all the great ideas that's being sent to me. I will say I got a lot of ideas. Some of them are a little political. And what I say is I don't mind talking a little political, but try to keep the political out of it. We have to let governments understand that we're not against them. We want to work with them. So Ash actually said some important things that changed my mindset a little bit. We got to understand what we're doing on Oblast now is we're letting everyone know what we want to do, how we're going to do it. And that's very important. We can't just throw money and expect things to happen. He's given us a tool called O Academy. All right. If you understand what he was saying the other day, some of these very poor countries will use Africa. 57% of children, they're not going to school. They're working. They should be playing and going to school. They're not. O Academy is going to help them out major with that. That's one of the goals. So remember, we can't just throw $1,000 at someone and think their life's going to change. It's about us getting out there, finding the right people, educating, getting those people to educate the right people, but they're out there. People like Anne Marie, for instance, who's been doing this for quite a while, and many other ones of you out there. So remember that message. Yes, we're going to have a lot of things coming our way through Obless, but remember, we can't just, I want to, listen, here's a challenge I'm going to throw out. It just popped in my head. In the next 1 month before the big World Cup game, I would like every one of you to find an organization that's rated top and send me that information. These are the people that we're going to connect with. Or you can also do this. You don't have to send me the information. You can also send it to them introducing Obless and let them know we're going to do that. When we do launch to the world, we're going to need their help. It's a good idea. We want to connect to as many charities, really good charities, not the bad ones. I think you know most of those. You can actually find the good ones online. So that's a little challenge for you. Reach out to a charity in your state, your country. I don't care. Let's see what we get. Let's compile a list. You can save it. One day we'll put it all together and we'll get like Robin Noble or Michael Williams to write up a great letter about what Obless is all about and get these company going. So on that note, I want to welcome everybody. I want to ask that you respect everything that's going on here. No judging, comments to help or comments just to say, hey, great job. I'm now going to turn it over to Anne Marie Ricketts, and she's going to explain who she is and what she's all about and what she's been doing. Anne Marie, the show is all over yours. If you need to help share a screen, ask us and we'll walk you through it.
Okay, perfect. I'll hit share screen and I'll hit this. I hit screen and nothing is happening.
Did you hit share screen?
Yeah.
The green, there you go.
Okay, there I go. Sorry. How did this happen? Okay. Oh. Okay, maybe I have to drop this one.
Julie Wen, if you're on here, can you walk her through this, please?
Can you see?
If you could, yeah, expand it out. There you go. And then can you play the slideshow?
I'll text you the ones in the comments. No, not up.
Everyone on the screen, if you would please mute yourself.
Sorry, I saw the play before.
Up on your top right, where it says slideshow. Yeah, start the slideshow.
Okay.
There you go. Good job.
Well, thank you all for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share with you what I've been doing. This is our 20th year anniversary. Please excuse my voice. I'm getting over, my voice is coming back. Swim started on my living room floor 20 years ago. I was a single mother myself with 3 children. And I was struggling. I was on a government assistant, just making ends meet. And I kept on pushing, re-educated myself, went back to school. I had three jobs at one point and a business, and I came off the system. In 2001, I fell and crushed the bones in my right hand, and I'm right hand dominant. It took two surgeries later, to get me to go back on my feet and to be able to start maintaining for my kids again. But during the process, I was very angry. I was angry with myself. I was angry with God. And he promised that when I relocate, he would take care of me. So when I was down on my back, starting all over again with three children, we had relocated from Toronto, and no friends, no family, just starting over fresh after a bad breakup. One day I was on medication, wasn't sleeping during the night, and I saw this man, this beautiful, handsome man. And I kept saying, I wonder what this man is talking about. All I remember him saying is in Chinese version, crisis equals opportunity or danger. What are you going to turn your crisis into today? And I jumped up off my bed and I said, okay, talk to me. Show me what my purpose on earth is. Few days later, a friend of mine came over to order supper, to have supper with us. And there was this one show, and the show was you had to be the first Black African American to receive this award. And I was really angry. I'm like, I bet you half of these people, first astronaut, first doctor, first police officer, but you had to be the first Black to receive this award, American. And I got up and I'm like, half of these people are probably from single mother's home. I said to my friend, I said, it's time single moms get acknowledged for the hard work they do. There's been a stigmatization for years against single mom. But as we move forward into the future, women are choosing to be single. And there's many reasons a woman end up being single. A husband goes away to war. She's home with the kids alone. She's a single mom. Her husband passed away. She's a single mom. Divorce, rape, it doesn't matter. There's different circumstances. And we needed to change that stigmatization. And that's where SWIM was created and conceived. So as we move forward into the light, I always had this in the back of my head that I want to see single moms walk across the stage and be recognized for the hard work, who have gone back to school, who have chosen to make a difference in their life. Because what people don't understand is that it's about the mom. There's lots of programs out there for mothers, children and women and family, but there was nothing particular for single moms. And it needed to be addressed because all the moms all have that I talk to every day have one thing in common. They're single moms on different journeys. And the journeys is basically to improve their life, to find the help they need. A lot of people think single moms need a helping hand out, and that's not true. A handout or hand down, that's not true. Sometimes they just need someone to guide them and stand behind them. And when they fall, you could push them up to say, I got you. You're not alone. So SWIM was created. When I was going into my second surgery, my doctor, before he put me to sleep, I said, don't let me die. I have something very important to talk to you, Dr. Richards. So after the surgery, he woke me up. He goes, you're not dead. And I want to know what's so darn important. Come and see me. So when I went to see him, I started talking to him, but it wasn't even formed yet. It was just a thought concept. And he sent for his wallet right away. And I'm like, whoa, no, I don't want no money. Let me do my research, see what it is to get it registered. So I went back, did my research, went back to him, and he wrote me a check. And I said to him, If you pay for the heavy, I'll pay for the light, because I want this to be part of me as well. Right away, he gave me a room in the hospital. We started putting up posters and made a committee. And 20 years later, we're here. We've created so many programs. And one of the most important programs that hits home to me is the community agent, support agent, where when a mom has to go to court, or if she has to go to doctor for some results, or her child is having issues in school, but they don't have the family support or the partner to go, they can call us, and hopefully we will have someone to go with them and to stand beside them, not as a lawyer, but just someone to be a listening ears, to keep them calm, to take notes, because sometimes when you're in that situation, so many things goes over your head. You walk out and you forgot what's been told. And that's what create havocs in a lot of people's life, especially when they're overwhelmed. That program is a program lots of moms are asking for. The other program, and as I said at the beginning, the show that I was watching, you had to be the first Black African American to receive this award. And remember, I said, I want to see moms walking across. Well, we were up and running, doing our Let's Talk About It group, where moms come together, they sit down, and they have one thing in common. They're all single moms, but they have a place to share where they're at, what they're going through. And what I found in the support group a lot is, when a mom is going through one situation, you hear another mom saying, oh my God, this is where I went to get help when I was going through that, or this is who you can contact. So a lot of information exchange goes on around the table. Women have created friendship out of it and remained friends over the years. So the support is not only just to make friends or anything, but was also about breaking the isolation and giving them an opportunity to get out of their house. We also provided childcare at the same time, so there was no excuse. We encourage and we support. That's what it was all about. One day I saw a mom through one of our programs, which is, we run it once a month. It's called the Childcare Exchange Program. This program is where you drop off your kids and go have some me time. Go for coffee with a friend, go sit down in the mall and vegetate, do nothing. Go and have a bubble bath while your kids, well, a mom came and I asked her when she came to pick up the child, what did you do at your time? And she explained to me at that time that her friend had committed suicide and she had left 3 kids behind. But because she had her kids and a car, she wasn't able to take her kids and pick up the lady's kids, her friend's children, to go to the gravesite to visit their mom and to be able to spend that time. And that was important to her, and we were able to support that journey for her. You hear a lot of great stories. We had a single mom come into our office with an eviction notice saying she owed $5,000 for rent. They were giving her a period of time to get out. She went to the landlord and tenant attack, and I said to her, do you want me to come with you? And she goes, oh no, someone from the church is gonna come. And I said to her, it's okay, I still can come. Well, she accepted that. The person from the church didn't show up, and it was me and her alone in that courthouse. And they kept insisting to force her to go back on the government assistant, and she kept saying she's not going back. She came off, she's doing fine, she's not going back, her rent has been paid, she has her rent is up to date. Just to find out in the end, because they had so much turnover in the office at the time, they had lost or misplaced some of their receipts, and it wasn't even her fault. So those are some of the support we do in the community with our single mom. I will go back to Women Walking Across. It was a few years ago. This is our 6th annual anniversary. We started me and my volunteers started London's Got Talent. London's Got Talent is a real big part of my heart because it's an opportunity for family, kids, everybody come out and showcase their talent. And it came off of Americans Got Talent, but it's right here in our city where our local children and adults, everybody, no age barrier, can come out and show their talent. We give the winner $1,000. But the wonderful part about it, we finally created our scholarship for single moms going back to school. Last year, we gave out 3 scholarships to 3 single mothers going back to school. And some of them asked me, I don't know what to do with the money. And I'm like, I'll tell you what to do with the money. Don't spend it, put it up to pay for someone to come and clean your house so you could focus on your education. If you have to go to school late one night, you have some money put aside for daycare or extra babysitting. I've heard stories of people, mothers coming back to me, telling me they were on their honor roll. And that is the biggest, because when a mom is successful, our children are going to be successful. And when the children are successful, these are the kids that's going to be running the world when we are a little older, as we graciously age wonderfully. We want to know that we have healthy people helping us and taking care of our system and our country. And that's the most important thing. So when we start to feed the mom, encourage the mom to have that tool to fall back on, she can then transfer those over to the children. And the other program we offer is the life coaching program. And when I started that program, I did not know nothing about life coaching because it was so new around 15 years ago, 20 years ago, life coaching became a big thing. And we hired a couple, a husband and wife, to coach. And I remember saying to my mom, I want that certificate. So I went out and I educated myself and got certified. So if we don't have the funding to hire someone, I will always be there to support the moms that is in need. And it's all about giving them these little tools to help maintain that calmness in their life and not be overwhelmed so things pass us by. So on the platform, the other programs we run is the Golden Connection PAL program. The Golden Connection PAL program was created because if we notice what's going on, that grandma and grandpa situation, aunts and uncle, has slowly diminished. A lot of us do not or have not had that opportunity like back in the days to be around grandmothers and grandfathers and aunts and uncles, because so many people are looking to better themselves. They have migrated to different parts of the world. So you might have someone in London, Ontario, you have someone, family in Toronto, and it's those odd, special times family get a chance to get together and to unite the way they're supposed to. And it's usually under some circumstance. If it's not a wedding, it's a funeral. So with the Golden Connection PAL program is connecting single moms with the seniors to have some of those good old stories, those good old soup, to create that taste and that flavor of the good old days, so they can implement some of those into the children that's missing out on these special prime time that don't exist, barely exist anymore. That was a lot of talking. Well, on that note, I forgot I was showing the slide. Let's talk about it. Sorry, is this group session that we get together, as I said earlier. We have the Little Fish program for moms who are trying to get jobs but don't have money, or their kids are not in daycare, they don't have a babysitter, they don't have family support. They can call us as members of our group agency and give us an advance notice. And when they have their appointment, they drop off the kids, go to their job interview or go to their doctor's appointment and come back and pick up the child. It's just a little bit to be able to help them along the way. I see David raised his hand. I don't know how that worked. Kids Corner, when COVID came in, we didn't have the childcare exchange. So we had to get creative, and one of our volunteers created this, which is an online play, interactive craft. They do crafts and singing and, you know, fun things online, just to make sure we maintain that. The Community Support Agency, this program helps single mom deal with traumatic situation by providing them emotional support. A lot of the times mom and dad separate. Usually the husband is in the courthouse with his new girlfriend on his arm, and that is very traumatic. So we're there to support them, to keep them focused. The diaper bank, we run that. So kids, mom who runs out of diapers during the month and probably don't have money to get any, diapers are very expensive, they can call us and we will provide that for them. Hopefully we have the size, and it's a program that we're partnered with in the community. The life coaching program, as I said, we do provide life coaching for single moms. We do groups, and then we also do one-on-one to create that special needs for those who have that desire. Mothers in Cleaning is our new social enterprise, because the government's cut back so much on funding and stuff, and we don't have year-to-year funding. So I created this program. Mothers in Cleaning is an online cleaning service. So when someone, and a lot of the seniors who families apart and they're still living in their home, can't do certain things, they can call upon us and have the single moms be able to create their life and family around the job, not the job around their family. So if they need to make some extra money or they want to take this on, they can work while their kids in school, and that can help them to continue to provide a good life for their children. So yes, this is something that's new. You go online, you can book. It's only in London and surrounding area right now. You can pick a client, a cleaner, read up on her, book her right there online. She gets it, she goes out, she does a cleaning, and the job is done. It's so simple. The Golden Connection Power Program, connecting single moms with seniors and other women who have the time to share. And I think that's it so far. Thank you for listening.
And if you can stop sharing your screen now.
I'm trying to.
I think it goes to the top. Julie, help me out here, please.
Yeah, at the top, Anne Marie, it should say stop share. It'll come up if you move your mouse up there. It's a drop down.
Thank you, Narelle. I got to fire Julie again.
Sorry,
Okay. Oops, I see Julie.
You're okay, Julie. We got it.
Stop sharing.
Can you find it, Anne Marie?
Yeah.
That's it.
First of all, give her a round of applause for Miss Anne Marie. I'm going to start Anne Marie. Wow. I can't say wow. It's not a big enough word. You really put a lot of thought into this, didn't you? I mean, I really, actually, I was writing the Little Fish program. I liked it all, but that one caught my attention. All of it caught my attention. Give moms a break, new moms, doctors, but man, that's pretty nice. How come I've never heard of this before? 20 years. This is something that I love. This is one of those that's just going to be one of my all-time favorites, because you're the person that, listen, everyone pay attention real quick. Look at Anne Marie. This is the kind of individuals that we're all going to be looking for. All right. She's been doing this for, what'd you say, 20 years, Anne Marie?
This is our 20th year anniversary.
Right. And you definitely, like I said, and I say you put a lot of thought in this as a joke, because you put your life, blood, sweat, and tears into this. and you care about people, you care about single moms, why you went through a situation and you said, I don't want any young lady, woman child to go through this. Listen, I got to believe I got a lot of ladies on here. I got to believe there's going to be a lot of questions. I guarantee you Lily Lane has got something in that head because I can see the smile. Every woman on here I see smiling. Wow. Where was this?
Yes.
Where was this? So number one, I love it. Absolutely adore it. And I want to bring to the floor now, guys, comments, thoughts. Don't be afraid. Remember, I will pick you out of a crowd. But you covered everything. Listen, you kind of answered all the questions, but don't worry, they're shy. They'll get going. But Suman Stinge, can you please unmute yourself, please? Comment, question? Suman?
Chris, I think the hand might be up accidentally.
Okay. Narelle, go right ahead, young lady. And thank you for helping.
Okay. Now I'm just, oops, everything's just jumping around. There we go. Anne Marie, just wanted to see you. That's all. Hi, Anne Marie, and wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. I was a single mum most of my life, still am today, to adult children. However, you're right. There's many reasons why a person can be single, divorce, domestic violence, and I've been through all of that. However, one of the things that stood out for when I was a single mum of younger children was that I needed help, and as much as family are there, sometimes they are busy with their own lives or busy doing something else. So what you spoke about and the programs that are available is certainly going to uplift those to get back into either the workforce or into some sort of education to be able to advance themselves. And one of the things you find as a single mum, you're stuck at home with your child or children. There is nowhere else to go. They say, well, there's plenty of things around town, but they don't include. And one of the things I found as a single mum was exclusion, because married people don't want a single person there or a single woman around them. Even churches, I found exclusion, where I was just a sinner in a way, big sinner, but I'm okay with that. But I just want to say thank you for putting those programs. I think that every country in the world, I'm from Australia, by the way, and we have programs available. However, I don't think that there will ever be enough support. And as you say, funding gets stopped for lots of different programs. The government I think they're overstretched themselves with whoever they can help. However, I believe that On Passive, Endo Bless is going to bring that available so that we can start running these programs elsewhere. And also the funding is going to be available for all of these programs. It doesn't matter what country you're in. I love the diaper bank, even though we call them nappies over here. So we would have a nappy bank. I think that's a great idea. Gone are the days of washing your cloth nappies and hanging them out and getting excited because they were whiter than the neighbors or something like that. You took pride in those diapers, nappies back then. These days, it's all about the disposables, so, having a look at also what is available organically so that they break down in our earth. Rather than just all those plastics being trashed out to the into the world and into our earth. There's lots of things around that as well. Their bottles, their teats, all that sort of thing, I think should be something that could be looked at in the future, as well as putting into the program, so things like that can be sustainable or, organic, those sort of things. But well done. You did very well for your first time. Don't ever be afraid, because speaking out from your heart is always received very well. So love to you, and thank you. Reach out if you want to chat sometime. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah, and what we like to do in the chat, if these individuals would like to reach out, you can do a private chat in there. If I'm sure you've done a Zoom before, and they could send you an email, make some connections. Really love to see what you've done for the last 20 years, be everywhere to be myself. So Narelle, thank you very much for the lovely comments and the words of wisdom always. All right, Miriam, please unmute yourself. Question, comment?
Hi, Anne Marie. That was great. That touched my heart. And just like a lot of other women, I was the single mom of 2 girls, and I didn't have family to ask for help. It was just me. Mom was gone, and Dad did his own thing. But what I was going to ask is, did you ever think about branching the program out? We could use this over here in the US. So, I mean, people can use this everywhere. Did you ever think about doing something like that?
That's my dream. It's so funny because one of my board members lives in the United States. And we met, it was a fluke how we met on, it's a whole story behind it. And we've looked in, to be honest, we don't get any funding. I've been running this agency. It's a government run agency for 20 years, and we don't have no year-to-year funding. We've been lucky to get a few project based. So once a project is done, the funding is done. So it's strictly volunteered. We've been working with, which is one of the most challenging thing ever, because as soon as you train them, they're up and gone. The other thing is that that's why I created this cleaning company, so we don't have to depend on the government. I know there's ways to do it. It's been a few years. And my goal was to see this right across Canada. I'm from Jamaica originally, and I know it's a big thing in Jamaica. And I would love to see this in Jamaica and any country that is willing to take it and run with it, because, it's not about me. It's not about, as I said, I don't get paid. I rather pay somebody to keep the agency moving and giving some consistency to the women that's in need. So right now I have 1 paid staff, and she's she's an immigrant. She just came to Canada, and she has been my right hand. And again, everybody has to work. So I always prepare myself. I used to cry when the good ones leave, right? I used to just be in tears. But I always say, everyone that comes through that agency, they're God's angel depositing their gifts. That's how I look at it. So I do get attached to people at times, right? But I've learned to just receive and let go and open and be grateful for the little that comes. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to see this in other countries because it's so needed.
Here's an idea. Maybe when On Passive gets started, you can do a webinar, and women from different countries, we can all get together and maybe start something like that.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to let you go so the others can speak. God bless.
God bless.
Thank you, Miriam. See, look at Ann, you're making connections. In 5 years, you might be all over the world with this wonderful program you got. It really is wonderful. Miriam, thank you. Oh, no, this lovely lady, Verona Willis. I love that hair. I really do. I can't help it. But come on, Verona, let's see what you got.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, amazing, 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 Chris. I celebrate you. But Anne Marie, oh, amazing, oh, excellent. I want to celebrate you.
Thank you.
First, as a sister of the island of Jamaica, I want to celebrate you. And my number is in the chat so you can get it later. But I want to celebrate you. One, you're a strong woman. You're strong. And you're not strong because of your physical structure. You're strong from your heart. You're totally strong from your heart.
Yes.
And when God placed something on you, you just got to go with it. Because we all got assignments and you got to go with it.
Yes.
And that was divinely constructed in your little temple. And you're running with it for 20 years. Now, I mentioned I'm your sister from the island of Jamaica, and I've never heard of this. And I tell you what, I'm a mom, and I would have used that back then when I was raising my daughter, but now I retire from that. I retired from raising my daughter now. But I'm telling you, there's so many women, and there's single men too. Yeah, there's single men out there too. But there's so many women that need you.
Yes.
That need you.
Mm.
All the programs that you just listed, it's needed. So when you're going for 20 years, I mean, look at you. But okay. When you're going for 20 years, this is the question I'm going to ask you. How do you stop to celebrate yourself? Wait a minute. Wait. How do you stop to celebrate yourself? At what point? Because this is 20 years. I mean, there's so many people right now that's still trying to get out of their 20s. How do you stop to celebrate yourself over the past 20 years? Because we would like to celebrate you here. And me, for one, I'm a heart for the single women. I'm all about empowering single women. Yeah. So I would like to know, how do you celebrate yourself?
Usually when I get burnt out and I'm off for like a month, 3 weeks, I've been learning to slow down, and this summer I did walk. Swim started in 2002. 2014, I was blessed with a surprise baby. 2016, I met in a car accident, almost died. And 2018, 2019, my house burnt down. So how do I celebrate myself is I'm learning to take the words that I share with others and find something I love to do, whether it's music or dancing. Before the accident, I used to join dance class because I thought I had rhythm, but I did realize I didn't. But it helped. But it's one day at a time. Like today, I'm celebrating me by being here and seeing all you beautiful people, and I'm excited about O-Founder. Can't wait, all the opportunities and the world, the life we're gonna change.
You see, being a single woman, it is not our choice. Even when we choose somewhere, it's something that is given to, it's an extra responsibility that is on us. And we don't ask for extra responsibility. As a woman and as a man, we don't ask for extra responsibility. And I don't like the term when we say we're playing double role as single mother. We are a mother. We are women. And women hold power. And if you look on this screen right here, you see beautiful women.
Yes.
So one thing I want to say to you as I close this out, just whisper to yourself that you are not alone.
Thank you.
You are not alone. Together, we are stronger. You see all these impassive women right here? We are strong.
Yes.
So, welcome aboard.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You, Verona. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And remember, guys, we're not being singled out, but you guys don't know why. Listen, there's a reason God gave the beautiful thing for women to have babies, because we couldn't do it. I'll be straight out honest. We couldn't do it. So yes, we have some phenomenal, strong women in impassive, and a lot of them are on this panel tonight. So Verona, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Let's bring on, I think Eric's a single father. Eric Kessler, you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm not a single father, but I did have a single mother. I have to tell you that Neil Don used to sing a song called Turn On Your Heart Light. And your heart light, Anna Marie, turned my heart light on. And I remember the days when my mom would go to work with temperature and sweat running down her forehead. And I would say, Mommy, you need to stay home. Well, I can't. There's no money. I can't make money if I stay home. That's right then and there. I said, someday I'm going to do something big for single mothers. When I look for a wife, I look for a wife that I knew would take care of my children the way my mom did. We were
Yeah.
first. And if we didn't have that uh, command performance of hers, if we didn't have that glue that held us together, if we didn't have that, whatever it is, the word I'm looking for, that held us together, that stood up for us and made us realize that we were something because she gave everything to us, you know? And I don't know how she did it, but she always had great Christmases. I don't know how she did that. And because she didn't hardly make any money and she never got a break. So, anyway, I just want to say kudos to you. My
Thank you.
heart goes out to you. Um, God bless you. And you're going to get my support. And I promise you that. So, anyway, that's all I got to say. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Oh, Eric Kessler, thank you for that emotion. I love that. Man or woman, I don't care. That was Derek was definitely talking from his heart, Anne Marie. Thank you, Eric. Look at Anne Marie. You made a guy cry, believe it or not, and that's a good thing. So he's very appreciative. Thanks, Eric. Really, really loved you for that. Okay, let's try this one again. Suman Singe. I think you're already unmuted. I'm not sure if your hand's playing tricks on us. Are you there, Suman? 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 Nope. All right. We'll come back to you. We have a new young lady here, and I don't want to mess up her name. I'm going to say it's Amira, but you know what? You just say it because I think I'll mess it up.
My name is Mirabin. Yeah, there you go. I go by Mira anyways, but I thank you so much everyone for having me on here, and this is just such a blessing, and to see so many people involved in helping others, it just like warms my heart. Anne Marie, your story was just absolutely amazing, and to see someone that has a heart for doing this kind of work, my hat goes off to you. I deal with a lot of substance abuse disorder and mental health and homelessness. And I see a lot of women that get back onto the road to long-term recovery that have a hard time, there are mothers that have a hard time just getting back on track, just not only dealing with their recovery portion, but also trying to make ends meet with their children. And it's interesting that you offer this kind of program, and it's amazing. I don't know how many women that you have that are in recovery that you help out there, but I'm sure that there's a huge need for that, because I see it. I see the struggle of dealing with, early recovery stuff and the mental health aspect that goes along with it. And then being a mother on top of that and trying to pick up where they left off and then some. It's just great to see that you have a program that helps women in all aspects. But my question is to you is, do you have a lot of women that you help that are in recovery that you see coming through your doors?
Well, because we're not trained staff to deal with that, one of the other things that we do is we do a lot of referrals, because sometimes they might not know where to turn. And that's where we come in to say, okay, we're here for when you want to talk. But when people are dealing with the mental health issues, we refer them. If it's abuse center, women abuse, there's a women abuse shelter that they get good funding. They have all the security, all that. We had a officer's wife that came in to the office, and she was basically running for her life because all his friends were police officers. And we were not qualified, or I would never put my volunteers in harm's way to have to deal with that and someone knocking down our doors for something like that. So we do a lot of referral and make sure they get to the right place, but yet still they can always tap into us.
That's amazing. And you have like women that are coming in, like I was saying, that share with you that they're in recovery and looking for services. And How's that?
Actually, I've helped I could say around 5 moms off my top of my head that have received back their children who was on drugs, in the streets, turned their life around, got the help they need. Children's Aid has apprehended their children. I don't know if you know Children's Aid. It's the government that take kids away from
Right.
dangerous situation. And I've actually been around that table with her community support structures and stand up with them and literally see the children be returned back to their mom. And they're doing very good, doing wonderful. It's amazing when one get the opportunity because everybody and their mother make mistakes. And that's
Right.
what people need to understand. We're all humans. And this is why you call it the sisterhood. Because if I could do it, you could do it too.
That's amazing. I'm just, hearing all that, and especially what you just added on is just warming to my heart. And I can't wait till you get over here to the US. You got to bring over.
Yeah.
We need you over here because this is
Yes.
just huge. A lot of places there's not actually a one-stop shop, so to
Oh,
speak, and you seem to provide a lot of different services. Yeah, because everything you have is just what the need is, and it's just basically empowering women with children to get back on their feet, and that just amazing work. I'm glad that you're doing self-care to take care of yourself. I'm learning that too. So thank you, sister, for all you do.
Thank you. And one more thing to add in, the gentleman spoke about Christmas. Well, we also have a program called Toys for Tot, and we've connected with Toys for Tot, and every year we give out at least 70 to, I think the most we've given out like 90 kids because there's always a cap. And we provide toys for those children because we want no kids to go without on Christmas morning. So I'm up till Christmas Eve and people knocking my door. And I used to drive around and drop it off like I was Santa Claus, thinking I'm crazy to do that. So I started having COVID came, my house, my living room full of toys, bags for moms to pick up. We try to cover it all to make sure no one goes without. Yeah.
Anne Marie, that's one thing that these guys know. I played Santa Claus for years ago through my church. Hardest thing I had to do, understand why, seeing kids come in with nothing. And,
Yes.
I would have to say, because I witnessed it myself through some friends and some people in my church, that it's very stressful to realize and hurtful that you can't get your kid a present. Or their friends have, mom and dad might have 2 good jobs and they get everything, and you might get an apple under the tree, and I'm not kidding about that. Very stressful on the parents because it hurts. Like, what I'm going to say, it hurts. It also is hurtful for the kids. Do we want it to hurt? No. People say it'll teach them to be strong. I've never believed in that. A child does not need to be taught to be strong on Christmas morning. He wants to wake up, run down or run wherever under that Christmas tree, and open some presents. So Toys for Tots, we did a lot of work with Toys for Tots through Ford Motor Company and Mazda. Excellent program. Excellent. I'm glad to hear you're hooked up with them, man.
Yes. Yes.
And you need a drink of water or anything?
Yes. How did you know?
Because I know your voice. I kind of wish you'd have told me, but go get a drink of water. We'll take a 5-minute stretch here. So hold the phone, guys. Let's get some stretches going. Wind up those arms, look at Lynn Nakamoto. I think she just knocked Rob off the chair. She's going at it. Vattel, he's bouncing around. David Roseski, I think he just lost all his beat. He forgot how to dance. Come on, Dave. David, because I'm looking at his picture. That's why. June Buckingham's jamming. Gladys, she's always jamming. You let me know when you're ready, Ann.
David's probably watching YouTube for us.
Yeah. I know you were dancing, John. I know it. All right, Ann, you said you're ready. You got yourself muted.
I'm channel surfing, John. Yep.
There he is.
Okay. All right. Nadu, come on out. I know you got something beautiful to say. Come on.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you for bringing things that are covered that we don't hear about. Every time we come here, you have a surprise, a good one for us. And that's why we love to be here with you.
Thank you.
To say something to Anne-Marie, you are a wonderful woman.
Thank you.
When I was growing, I wanted to satisfy both my parents. So I graduated in college with my degree in sociology for my dad.
Wow.
And my mom saw that I was talented to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so scared to reveal it because I don't know if my dad will accept. But there is a time when I told my dad I want to go to college for fashion design. He's like, go ahead. I know you want to do it, but something was stopping you. And I went ahead and I graduated as a fashion designer in New York City. So people don't see the connection between both diplomas. How can you be a sociologist and be a fashion designer?
Mm-hmm.
Until 12 years ago, I started working in the health department with kids that has problem with development, mental issue, whatever, with autism. And it happened that most of them don't talk, but they are so creative. And I start working with them. That's why I like the little kid program that you have. When we start sketching, we put to, when people kind of, wow, are you just sociologists coming to us? I say, I have another background that I don't show. And that helps a lot of kids. And some of the mom, like you say, they don't have time for themselves. And we have programs, but they never have something for them, always for their kids. So what I do is to create custom-made clothes for them. And we have events for a runway. When they come and they wear a clothes, even though they will not take it, for a night or the time they are wearing a designer clothes to show on the runway, we have the team to do their makeup from head to toe. They change when they look at themselves, they change, they are so happy. So what you're doing is something that has to be done more often. You cannot believe that just wearing something can change the life of a lady. And some of those ladies, they didn't ask to be single. Like something happened, is because they are doing too much. They were married and the husband became the biggest kids they had. And they figure out like it's too much. If I have 2 kids I'm taking care of, or 4 or 5, and my husband is the biggest baby, I'd rather take that one out. Because you can go to your mom. My kids need their mom. That's why they became single mom. Even though on their paper they are married, they live as a single mom. So when you have this heart to help others, only good things can happen to you. So I'm giving you hands. You gotta be my next to design a clothes for. I will leave something in the chat. I do dance well, but because you are not a dancer, I will not design a dance clothes for you. But I am an evening gown, red carpet designer. So send me, we gotta do the consulting, we gotta choose something, and I want you to be one of my proud mom wearing my design. Thank you, that's all I wanna say. Back to you, Chris.
No, back to you. You take over the show now. You got this, Nadu. Wonderful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Listen, you ladies are really got a lot of love, and our gentlemen that spoke have got a lot of love in their heart for Anne Marie, because Anne Marie, what you're doing, like I said, is phenomenal. And for the record, Miss Nadu,
yes,
Austin, I didn't find Anne Marie. She found on Passive and Us. I look forward to every day waking up and looking at my emails and seeing new things. Now I've got a bunch of things. I try to prioritize them. It's not always easy, because some that are coming up are just like this one today, phenomenal, but I'm going to put another challenge. And where's Lily Lane? Because she probably still remember the first homework assignment I gave out. Lily Lane, you remember the first homework assignment I gave out? I bet you do, don't you?
I do.
I knew it. So because because you just remind me of one of my great teachers, because you just got that beautiful look, classy, love you to death with that brain. I'm going to put out another assignment, and you got to make me remember this one, Lily Lane. Don't let me forget. Okay. Oh my God.
Right.
I think I forgot it already. No. I'm asking all of you on here right now for, what am I missing on this show? What have not we seen? Or what have we seen not, I should say? Is that I know I promised you a show for our animal lovers. I do have a bunch of shows lined up, but I could switch them around. It's not a big deal. So if you have an idea, or someone, and they don't have to be a founder, if they want to get out and talk, as long as they're helping people, humanity, whatever it is, tree huggers, I don't care. If it's something that we haven't talked about on Bless, bring it to my attention, and we'll find it and we'll put it on here. Because we do touch on, of course, the children, which of course are number one in my book: homelessness, water, single moms, absolutely very important. What am I missing? That's all I'm asking. Send me some Facebook messages, maybe some ideas, or you can, when you get on here, you could say, Chris, before I say what I want to say to my beautiful Anne Marie sister, how about this one? That's okay too, because listen, the more ideas I get, the more ideas everyone hears, because people watch this. We got, YouTube's going on right now, but people watch this throughout the week. And a lot of people say, I want to get on that show. You're already on the show. It's a matter of time where I can get you on every show, or certain individuals. But if you got something new you haven't seen, we haven't brought to you yet, and I don't care what country it's from. I want every state, every country, every state in your country to be on here with some kind of project. All right, Miss Nadu, thank you very much. Let's go to my queen, Dr. Benny, with that beautiful smile. Come on down, Dr. Benny.
Brother Chris. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to my brothers and sisters, my queens and kings on this amazing webinar in different parts of the globe. Queen Anne Marie, spectacular presentation. I am proud of you because I'm a single mother as well. And I know I can work with you because my job is to empower women. It doesn't matter whether you are single or you are married, right? But being a single mother, there are a lot of single mothers that they are too weak, right? I will make them to be strong. if they want to. It is their determination. Remember that. Those who smoke or whatever is because they want to, and they think that smoking will make them feel better. Wrong. The answer is wrong. I can talk to them. Anyway. Sorry. You stated that your agency does not have fundings, right? So I noticed that I believe you are a founder. Being a founder within OnPassive, you have come to the right place, because will bless your agency. And I believe I am going to work with you, because I don't like women to be weak. I am not weak. I will work with them to wake them up. Anyway, so what I notice is that mothers are the heart of the family. What is the common reason for the women opening up to you?
You're muted.
You're
Ann.
muted. You're muted, please.
Sorry. It varies. A lot of the reason is low self-esteem. Not being able to feel worthy, tired. You know, a lot of them are angry. And you try to always remind them. I try to always remind them. I love the women that come in and they hate their child's father or their husband. Hate him. And then when I hit them with, but he's a good person. Because if he wasn't a good person, you wouldn't have been with him. Now that really upsets them because they're angry. But once they get over that, and as I said, he's not a bad person. You're not a bad person. You guys are just on different level. Sometimes when we outgrow people, we don't understand. People outgrow people, and people are on different levels in life. And that's where the confusion kicks in and the hate. But if they could just look at it at that point, or get to the point where they could say, you know what? He wasn't really a bad person, because if he was, I wouldn't have liked him. And that's what you got to bring back to the forefront, to remind there was something good while you got together in the first place. And once you understand that he's not a bad person or she's not a bad person, because men have come to me, come in the office. I've worked with a single dad and helped them to understand that, you know, when you grow apart, sometimes you grow quicker than the next person. So you end up on a different level in life. And once they can understand that, the pain isn't as bad as as you are feeling. Like, it's not that bad. You will get over this. This too shall pass. This anger, you know, and just getting them to focus back on themselves, because it's really not about them. It's about you. It's about us. What can we do to change where we're at? And they come from all walks. Right now, you're seeing a lot of mental issues, a lot of mental, like people are literally taking medication to stay calm. And it's like, what? It's out there.
Well, I am so proud of you. To tell you the truth, being a single parent, I have gone through a lot, but I know where I am. I am determined to do whatever I want. Now, it all depends. I am a counselor as well, right? That means I will work with them like group counseling. You know, like you will sit and ask them questions. You will work with them. What do you think you can do to better off your life? Despite the fact that you have children. I have children too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please forgive me. There are a lot of people, women, that they are too slack, you know? But if you push yourself, please, well, if you have someone like me, we work together. Say, if I can do it, why not you? If A can do it, why not B? See what I mean? I'm ready to work with them. Don't worry. We are going to work together. Thank you so much for coming.
Dr.
I'm done.
Penny?
Yes, please.
You're done. Thank you, Dr. Penny. You're fine. Uh-oh, we got some men lined up here. So guys, I'm going to give you a warning. Be careful what you say. These ladies are tough. All right, Mr. David Rosleski, please unmute yourself, my brother.
Hello. I just gotta say, I love Obless. I come here every week for my weekly joygasm. I love hearing people doing wonderful things like this. I mean, the world needs more people like Anne-Marie Ricketts. I mean, I love what she's doing. Anybody who knows me knows I love processes, support, and infrastructure. I was wondering, if you've thought, like, once apples start flowing in from OnPassive and people start buying reseller positions underneath you, to help support your cause and get you moving and give you some, traction. I was wondering, have you thought outside the office as far as maybe as these ladies come in, find out what their skills and abilities are, and you find out what they're interested in, what they want to do, and keep a nice little record of that. And when you get a group enough, maybe get a building. And I don't know, let's just throw out diapers for a second here. Let's go old school. Maybe we can get a bunch of women, ladies that do, seamstresses and quilting and stuff. You can make a bunch of quilts out of, collect old clothes, and, you can make diapers, you can make quilts. And if you make diapers, yeah, we're taking a step back in time, but you're creating an industry for other people to clean stuff. Maybe get a building for, and a couple of doctors in there for people to go in and, that came in from real abusive situations, who really need to talk to somebody because they've got some real intense issues going on, and help work them through that. If you thought maybe, like I like what you said about starting, the cleaning company for people and getting things going. I mean, you could do other stuff too, maybe reach out to local farmers, as far as like, maybe get, supplies from there, and you could start making formula from others. Maybe you could get a building and get some women who are super nurturing and love children, and they can do daycare for these single mothers so that they can go out and go to work. And, you can offer it as a free or severely reduced fee cost that can be supplemented by the supporters through OnPassive. Things like that, just to help give you a broader, stronger base that you can work from to really, kickstart your organization and get it known, everywhere.
Nice.
I mean, just a thought. I mean, you really 20 years experience, you got the knowledge, you got the experience. I'm not even about to say, hey, I think you ought to do this. I was just wondering if, a couple extra ideas help you expand, your dream a little bit more. It might,
Yeah.
That's all. I just wanted to ask that.
Thank you. Yes, there's always wonderful ideas. I'm never close. I love to hear new ideas all the time, because you never know where that, diamond in the rough is, right? So again, it's a manpower. Like there's one man in London that buys up all the building, and every day I say to myself, he should just give me a whole building for myself. He could afford that. He should just come and sit here. But I heard he's not that nice, and he's hard to get in touch with. But nothing happens before the time. Anything is possible. That's just me. When I started, they told me it's going to take 10 years and 5 years to get the government license. And I'm like, but if they got it, why can't we get it? I got that license within a month. So anything is possible. So a building has always been on my mind. There's one right now I have my eyes on that used to house teenage mom that was the Salvation Army. I heard it was run by Salvation Army that have the most money, and they closed it down. So now there's no homes for young mom. I was a young single mom myself, not single, but I was a young teenage mom. And I was just lucky I had a mother that I had. But these kids that's getting kicked out when they're pregnant, or there's not a lot of structure and guidance for them, there's nowhere for them to go now. So, you know, that building is empty. And they say, put it in the universe, we might just get it. Again, anything is possible. They say that, you know, on passive is gonna create miracles. So I'm holding my fingers. Every day I'm praying. And by the way, Chris, thank you, David, but Chris, just to let you know how I found you, a sister of mine, Yvonne Finn, that follows you, was the one that introduced me. She goes, you got to meet this guy. He's so down to earth. And I'm like, yeah, I want his number.
Was Yvonne Finn is the one what got you here to me?
Yvonne Finn. She
You're
went,
kidding.
Googled your information and got it to me right away.
Wow, I'm gonna have to, I don't know if she's on here, but I'm gonna have to personally thank her for that because love it. Absolutely. And before David, thank you very much. Like I said, I would have hired you 10 years ago, David. You got a lot of great ideas.
And in the office we're in now, and she came in crying and she was there hysterical, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not doing this. Holy Spirit, God, you take over, because this is not what I'm trained to do at all. So her thing was she's gonna kill herself. And I'm like, really? You really brought this to me? And I didn't know what to say. I'm not trained on suicidal or anything like that. And I started by saying, but what could be so bad? And then I'm thinking, who am I to ask her that? Like, really, I'm not in her shoes. I'm not probably supposed to be questioning anything. Maybe I'm just supposed to listen. So I stopped talking, and she spoke and she spoke, and she's gonna kill herself. And it was a done deal. She came in, she wanted to share that with someone, and I listened. And when she stopped, and I gave her a tissue and another piece of tissue, and I said, wow. So have you thought of it? And she goes, thought of what? And I'm like, the color. And she's like, huh? I said, no, like, you know what? I respect where you're at. I don't know what to say. I'm not trained for this. I'm being honest, but at least have you even thought of it? And she goes, thought of what? I said, the color, you know, what color dress do you want to go home in? You know, do you want shoes? Is the shoes gonna match your dress? And she looked at me and said, you're crazy. And I said, technically, that's Mrs. Crazy to you. And she left. She dried up her tears. She goes, nobody's ever asked me that before. And I never thought of that. And now you're giving me something to think. I ran into that lady at an event, and she ran up to me and she goes, hi, oh my God, I can't believe you're still here. Because a lot of the women that come through the door, you wonder what happened to them. A lot of time, you have the few that sticks with you. And she came up and she goes, you probably don't remember me. And I'm like, not really. She goes, I'm the girl that came into your office and wanted to die and kill herself. And you were crazy. You asked me what color dress. And I went home and I was so mad that somebody would ask me that, but it made me think. She ended up in college at Fanshawe College. She graduated with honors. And she got into a wonderful, healthy relationship. That one, I will never, I talk about that girl. I don't remember her name. She came in one time, and that was it. And she said she'd be back, and she ended up in school. Very proud of her. She was a single mom. Yeah, so that one was a challenge, but it wasn't me. I promise it wasn't me. It was God at that moment.
It was you. God put the wisdom in the right question to ask her, and you. And you know what? For 20 years, right there, that one is worth every 20 years, just that one lady, that story. So I'm actually glad I asked you that question. And because Ann just mentioned this, to anyone out there in passive or whoever's listening, no matter who you are, There's always people to talk to if you're feeling down. All right, don't give up on life. You mean a lot to a lot of people. Maybe you don't know it, but there's a lot of people out here. I think every person truly cares about humanity, humans, life itself. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody if you're in that position where you want to give up. Don't ever give up on life. Life is a gift, but there's lots of friends around you. You just don't know it. Talk to them. Reach out to them, talk to them, because you know what? You never know how many lives you can save. Anne Marie saved a life, and by God's good grace, I believe, he put the right wisdom. He sent her to the right angel. All right. And I call you an angel, Anne Marie. So just ask. If you're down, just get out, reach out and talk to somebody. And all those people, if you see someone like that and they're trying to talk to you, for God's sakes, do not ignore them. Acknowledge them. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them what color they like. All right. Great one, Anne Marie. I love that one. So thank you. All right. Let me get back to these guys. My brother Vattel, please unmute yourself. Anne Marie, great story. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I needed to hear that.
Oh, man. Thank you very much, Chris, my friend. Anne Marie, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, good, good. It's so amazing to hear your stories.
Yeah.
I'm here listening. I know it's so amazing that I'm speechless. So I thank you very much for your beautiful heart, your loving heart, and your caring heart. And you remind me very much about this saying, the lady that I dated when I was very young. And I dated her for 9 months. And then she gave birth to me and became my mom.
That's beautiful.
Okay. And then she's one of the most amazing mom person that I've ever met. She's now 96 years old. From Jamaica, like you. And still play dominoes and trash talk me when she wins.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So you remind me very much of her with your caring heart.
Thank you.
And I just want to say how proud I am of what you're doing. And presently, you know, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about battered women? You know, our country, Jamaica, is really having a serious problem with that. And it's one of the things that I would love to do. You know, all these women are, you know, especially the single women, battered women, and you know, they're just being treated roughly. And it's one of the projects I would love to take on. Have you ever thought about, you know, expanding yourself into that also?
To be honest, when I started swim, one of the first things I said to myself was no duplication, because there's so many things out there. I'm talking here in London though, because they have the shelter, they're grounded, how many years, they get all the funding. I didn't want to come out and duplicate, but I wanted to add to what's missing. And as a single mom myself with 3 children at the time, I knew when my son was giving me trouble when I relocated, I knew he was either going to kill me or I was going to kill him. He was a teenager at the time, and it was not the right time to move, but I took the challenge anyways. I did pray about it. Then I had 2 younger daughters, and the young one was giving trouble in school. And when they called that school meeting, it was just me sitting there by myself, no father beside me, and all these professionals. And it was very intimidating, but because I have a strong personality, I could handle them. When I started, I did go to Jamaica and inquire and visit a few of their charities down there. The connection really didn't connect because it's a different world, and it's needed in back home because I've been listening to the news back home lately, and to see the women them are getting killed. Like they get into these loving relationship, these amazing relationship, and like the big one that just happened the other day with the police officer, like he killed her because he could do it, I think, and he thought he could just get away with it, but never expect the country would have turned up the way the country turned up, for this young lady. And so many stories and control, and because of the lack of money for them to move, they're stuck in their many times in their situation. We hear it all the time, the government should be doing, but again, it's the corruption in the country that you can't really get away from. I don't even know if they have a battered shelter for women in Jamaica. That's a very good question. Do they have that? Can they provide that safety for them? Who knows? And the island is so small, right? But that would be a great project to undergo. It's needed, especially with what happened with this young lady just a couple months now,
Mhm. Oh, well, I would certainly love to be a part of that project along with your project because, and I'm happy to see the men stepping up tonight and talking to you, because so often, we let the women, deal with these problems themselves, and we just sit back and don't do anything. And so I would love to, be a part of your team, so to speak.
Be on board.
Yes, and we also have a group of farmers, dairy farmers, who could maybe help to develop, baby formula for you for your project there too. That is a part of this OBLESS program here that we could tap into. You think that you could derive some benefit from that also?
2022, what I'm finding, a lot of people are going natural, and people are more aware and awoke of what we've been taking into our bodies, and people are making those changes and being more going back to old school. Like some of our moms out here, they're making their own baby fruits, right? Blending, instead of buying those little jars and stuff like that. So we used to do a program because another government, they had the funding for it. So they'll look for little people like myself, and they'll give you a little bit of money to help you we used to do a cooking, teaching moms how to cook and prep, because one of the things that, and they keep asking for it to come back, but again, you need the volunteers to do it. Myself, I base a lot of things off of myself. Your kids have soccer or gymnastic, and you come in from work or the day's done and you're rushing to get them to the sport, to stand up. Jamaican food takes not half an hour to cook, especially when you want it to taste beautiful. You're in the kitchen, but what we started doing is helping people to pick recipe to pre-prep them, pre-cook, so and freeze them. So when they have a busy night, they pull that out, they throw it in the oven, dinner is ready in 20 minutes, half an hour. They have something healthy to eat, and the day can continue to go on. So a lot of people I think that is something, if people can be taught how to make milk, and I just saw something on one of these channels of this machine, how it can use beans and make milk from beans. And I'm like, wow, instead of using cow milk and stuff like that, because the nutriment that it has in it is phenomenal, right? So I think a lot of moms are being awoke and going healthy, you know, living on that land of healthy, and it's cheaper, especially if they can learn how to do these things, or, you know, or get something less, more healthier than what's in the stores, stored for months. And as soon as you get it in the house these days, it's spoiled within a couple days. So it's a great idea.
Okay, thank you very much. Really enjoy talking to you. And I'm gonna put my phone number in chat so we can connect. By hopefully before all connect, we could connect. And we'll be talking, and take care of yourself, beautiful lady. Chris, my friend, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patel. Hey, calling on my Jamaican brothers and sisters. Sounds like these two were talking about a great idea of a woman's shelter in Jamaica. Love it. Listen, connect with each other. That's not a possibility. That can happen. There's a lot of places in the world that women or children are not protected. Let's find those places and let's put structures up and get the right angels in there so they can get some help. You know, some countries, culture is a really horrible thing. And I'm not picking on those countries, but to me, if you're hurting a child or a woman physically, don't do it. At least not around me. I'm letting you know that. But Jamaica, I'm calling you out. Let's get an Old Blessed project going. I know you guys, you need it there. Let's get it going, and I'll put it on the list to do. But you get with your Jamaican buddies and brothers and sisters. I know you'll get something going. Thank you. Look at Verona. She's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. All right. Ruta Bo, is it Ruta Bose? Can you please unmute yourself? If I said it wrong, Rudra.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, first of all, this is my first day as a speaker here. I am very much grateful to our beloved CEO and all those leaders in the Leadership Council, Chris Johnson, Lynn Nakamoto, for giving me this opportunity to speak something here. Now, I am from Kolkata, actually the cradle of OnPassive, all you know from our beloved CEO, and the workplace of Mother Teresa. Now, I am hearing our respected Miss Anne Marie, and what I can say is that woman power is much more stronger than men. It's because they symbolizes Mother Nature. Our men cannot deliver a child, they cannot care for a child, they can feed a child with milk. But a woman has that power. They're genetically, morally, ethically, they are much more, ideologically, they are much more stronger than men, I should say, because it's by the grace of God. And and we are very much fortunate to get such a platform, such a huge platform, what we can say, created by the creator, the innovator, the pioneer, the stalwart, and nothing less than an angel can fit before his name. Our beloved CEO, the angel sent by the Supreme Love Lord with a scepter in his hand named OnPassive. Now, this OnPassive is just what I can say, an ocean of bliss, an ocean of hope, an ocean of love, an ocean of happiness, an ocean of life and existence, and its expansion. And now I can quote a verse from Bible. In Bible, it was written, it was encrypted, that God made man after his own image. And its physical manifestation is what we get in our beloved sea. And my father has been doing this welfare work since his youth, since 1967. He has opened with his 13 friends Puja, Durga Puja, Mother India, festival worshipping Mother India in our locality in South Kolkata. And from there, an association he opened and delivered performed many blood donation camps and flood relief camps in the society. And we have been in touch with the missionaries of charity created by Mother Teresa here in Kolkata, in South Kolkata itself. And after his retirement in 2004, he opened up a society named Risen Plus Welfare Society in our locality. And we had our own ambulances, corpse carrying vessel, our oxygen cylinders, our medical chamber for distributing medicines. And we have been performing different blood donation camps and events for distributing clothes and blankets to underprivileged peoples. And we have been in touch for old age homes, orphanages, and the members of the society. My father himself also take the responsibilities individually for different orphans, for thalassemia patient who is residing with his grandparents. He's very much underprivileged, and his education and his treatment. And we have been doing this since for years, since 2004, the year of tsunami in India. And we have distributed clothes filled with trucks in all these underprivileged persons in our locality. But our provisions are very much limited. We don't have that economic prowess to distribute throughout. But that's why we all are grateful to the Supreme Love Lord that he has sent us, our angel, our beloved CEO, to get this platform to expand our mission, to expand our dreams. And we are also attached with satsang, what we say here in India as the man-making factory, created more than 100 years ago by Sister Thakur Anukul Chandra. What we say here, the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. He was born in 1888 in Bangladesh, the then undivided British India. But after independence of India in 1946, before independence actually, he with his all what we can say refugees, he came here in India in Jharkhand district, and there he expanded his mission. And it is now spreaded in more than 60 countries all around the world. And he's a great philanthropist, and he taught us to donate something in the early morning, what we say at Ishtovriti, to donate something to the Supreme Love Lord, which before taking our meal, which will be used for charity, for philanthropic activities all around the world. And we have a 7-storied building in Deoghar, the capital of satsang in Jharkhand state of India, a 7-storied building where every day almost thousands and thousands of devotees, irrespective of their status, also many underprivileged persons take meals for free. And there are different temples and mandirs and centers all around the world where every month thousands of devotees take their free meals. And
Rudra?
Yeah.
Hey, I think you got like another Oblast project there.
Yeah, exactly.
About. So let me save you. I'm going to get your own show here because I want that heard. Love to hear that kind of stuff, but I think you better contact me. We're going to get another Oblast project going, and what's going on over there, and how can we put it out to the people? Is that a good deal?
I will be very much privileged and fortunate to contact with OnPassive, and we have many satsangis are attached here in OnPassive. We are all a great community, and we also all know that there are more than 500 people in satsang in Bengal itself who took up the foundership of OnPassive here to expand our dreams. And we have to contact with satsang, with our acharya, they have to take the permission to attach Ontasi with satsang, and we are very much privileged to get such a epoch-making mission of our beloved CEO.
Ruja, you get back with me. You get back with me, and we'll set up a Oblast project for you, because it sounds like you got a lot of information you want to explode, and you've been exploding about it. So I appreciate you, Ruja. Thank you for sharing that.
Okay, thank you, sir. And I have contact with our lead Nakamoto, but I don't have. We have.
All right, gotcha, Ruja. Thank you very much. All right. And you got any response? Dave, can you even respond to all that information? He's got a lot. He can talk, can't he? But he's talking about good things. So I appreciate you, Ruja. Thank you very much. Okay. Now we got 2 hands left. We got 11 minutes. We just might get out of here early. So, Richard, if you don't mind, can I let the lady go first? Gladys? Absolutely. Gladys. Thank you, Richard. Please unmute yourself.
Hi. Okay. Thank you so much, Brother Chris, and thank you everyone this evening. Sister Anne-Marie, you are a bomb. I'm so very proud of you. And I thank God for the gift of your life. You know, I am not a single mother, but I have loved ones. I have friends, co-workers who are single. And this is who are single moms. And this is one of the population actually that is labeled, as you said, that is left out, and that society doesn't care for as much. But I just want you to, I'm sure you know this, that, and any single mom out there, you are strong women. You hold your families, you put food on the table, you make sure everything is going on well. Now, does it go well every day? Maybe yes, maybe no. But it's not of your own fault. And I can understand the fear, you know, especially if someone was used to be in a family of 2 sources of income, you know, coming in. And from nowhere, it's one source. I can imagine. Some may seem scared, walking on eggshells because they don't know where their meal will come from tomorrow. But I am so happy of what you're doing, and that's what On Passive is for. You are in the right place. And through Oblast, we are going to rally behind you. We are going to make sure we assist you where you can to empower and inspire those women, because you want to see them independent on their feet, not only feeding their families, but also inspiring other single parents and even inspiring society. This stigma has to end, and we can be the ambassadors, and we are the champions.
Yes.
Make sure you keep me informed. I'm behind all your campaigns, and we will replicate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gladys, I'm sure glad I let you go before Richard, because now he's got to follow you. Richard, go ahead and unmute yourself, my brother.
I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
That was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And you know, a lot of people ask me, well, how come you're such a lovable people lover? Well, to be honest with you, I know what it is to be a single mom, because I had to raise my son from the age of 9 and my daughter from the age of 12 until they left home. I remember sitting at home crying, where am I going to get the next quart of milk for my children?
Oh, yeah.
But see, Anne-Marie, you weren't there. And there was nobody like you around.
Yes.
But this is where I found out who my real friends were. Believe it or not, my worst enemy, the person that I hated the most, arrived at my house with his pickup truck full of gas, gave me the key, and he said, give it back when you're ready. If you need more gas, let me know. One day I was crying and my daughter says, are you okay, Dad? Oh, I got to go to the post office. So I went to the post office, opened up, unanimous, no return address. There's a $100 bill. So you see, God takes care of his people.
Yes,
God, we all have this heart full of love from God.
Yes,
And God will always, as long as we keep faith, and I lost faith too. But he didn't let go. I'll tell you, he did not let go. He let me trip on my own legs or put my foot in my mouth or something like that to teach me that he was still around. And I'll tell you, he never left me. And he's still beside me every day, every night. And to all the single moms and dads, and we do need organizations like Anne-Marie. My daughter's been working 18 years now for a home for abused women. So she's had about 4 nervous breakdowns. So I understand where you're coming from, Anne-Marie. It's hard, very hard on the body and the mind, because you want to give your heart, but if you give your heart, it hurts. You get hurt somehow. Or I should say the organizations don't allow you to. Like the Children's Aid, forget them. They shouldn't even exist because they don't have a heart. They don't care about the kids. They'll put them where they'll get abused, and they don't care. They don't care. But if I walk in there, and I'm not a counselor, but if I walk in there, that child will tell me with his eyes if he's being abused or not. I don't have to be an expert. But in the future, when you get these ladies, just let them know that God loves them. Just let them know that he doesn't let go.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times he's carrying you on his shoulders.
Yeah.
So I love all of you. Big kiss and a big hug. And we will be supporting you. Don't you worry about it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard, for your wonderful words. Every once in a while, I love you, man. Let's put it that way. Great words. All right, last hand of the evening. We got like 4 minutes. Harold, take your time, what you want to say, because you are the last hand. So we can say goodbyes, because I got a lot of work to do tonight, believe it or not. Harold, please unmute yourself. And Richard, thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Chris, once again, you've brought a remarkable lady on the show to give us her insight that she's been involved with for 20 years. I mean, it is amazing. My sister's name is Rosemarie. That's what I always call her, Rosemarie. So I can relate to your name. But my mother, God bless her soul, was a single parent also. Now, she worked tirelessly for us. And this was I'm dating myself now, this was in the 50s and 60s. Now, it was really rough for single moms back then. It was only a very limited amount of jobs that they could do. And she did it excellently. I used to ask her, are we? And she would say, you're eating, aren't you? I thought I was rich. But because of that, my major in college was sociology. I wanted to get involved in the community and try to change things. Then I realized how many mothers are resourceful. I mean, they will go through any length to provide for their family. And I saw it there. I'm sitting behind the desk. Some people I was in California when I was doing this, and some people would come in, couldn't speak English, but they knew what they wanted to provide for their family. So the program that you're offering is remarkable. I mean, it should be around the world, and you're in the right place. We're in over 200 cities, 200 countries, I should say. So I know you can get a few countries out of that to expand your program. And I wish you all the luck. And if there's any way that I can help, and I know it's many of the people, the ladies here, and some gentlemen, okay? The majority of the ladies here would love to help you. And if there's any way that I can help, I am definitely in with you. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you close all the time, Harold. Very good. Wait, Anne Marie, are you single, by the way? Just asking curiosity.
Yeah, we know.
I
You don't have to answer that, Anne Marie. I'm just joking with you. Obviously, you caught the eye of some attention to these gentlemen in here, so and I take that as a compliment. I know I would, so because those guys are both some good guys. So we, for once, finished before 11 o'clock. That's amazing. I'm glad because I really do have a lot of work to do. Let me say some thank yous. I want to thank Daryl Cook because he writes all the notes. Let me thank all the co-hosts. Bruce Gerstein, John Barilla, Julie Wen, Lynn Nakamoto, Norel Workon. I think I got everybody. John Barilla, how was the chats today? We stayed in the good, the green, nothing in the red?
It was very good today, especially the Zoom chat here was just so pleasant and wonderful and supportive. And I didn't hear much trouble on YouTube either. So I think it's been a good night altogether. Could I thank everybody real quickly?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me just do that quickly. Hope I get everybody that worked tonight because sometimes I don't know exactly who's wrong. MK Kaylee, Yang Yang 444, KC 7 Bergen, Kushal Pagoo, Raphael Saint Germain, Gene. Oh, Gene was absent tonight, but that's okay. I'll thank her anyway. Gene Oliva, Lisha Tuach, Marakito, Bruce Gerstein, Miriam Weberg, Roy Davies, Yakaya Kadem, Rob Gorman, Dave Rosowski, Willie Walkie, Nancy Babcock, and I think Dr. Benny was with us tonight. I'll thank her as well. Thank you, folks, very much.
Thank you, John. You cracked me up, dude. Great job always, John. I appreciate you. Anne Marie Ricketts, it is a pleasure, my pleasure, absolutely, and an honor to meet a Mother Teresa, a real Mother Teresa. Once again, I'm going to stand shoulder to shoulder with all these individuals. You lit up some people's hearts and eyes and brought a lot of awareness to some things maybe we overlook. And I'm going to say lots of prayers. I know Obless will be able to help this out. And like I said, you got a couple extra spots. That's two. I would say for my personal self, if I have 2 extra spots, I would put those 2 extra spots strictly to doing that. And I guarantee you it's going to blow the world up. But as you get bigger, stronger with more angels, definitely I believe Obless is going to kick in because I think you're doing a great thing. So from the bottom of my heart, from Chris Johnson, I love you. Thank you for doing what you did for the last 20 years. I pray that God keeps that spirit in your soul and you just keep moving and grooving and you save a lot of people's lives and they learn from you and go out and do exactly what you did. So Anne Marie, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. You got something to say? I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Go ahead, Anne.
No, I just wanted to say thank you all for, having me and giving me this opportunity to go down memory lane and to see where I'm coming from, where we're coming from. It wasn't by myself and where we're at today. We're having our show November the 18th, London's Got Talent, and we will be honoring 3 moms again. So just to pour my heart out to say thank you to all. It's a great, it's a uplifting place. The energy is wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you, Anne Marie. Like I said, the pleasure's all mine. Jennifer Dixon. Yep, go ahead.
No, it's just me, Norel. I just wanted to say thank you, Anne Marie, and also thank you, Chris, for bringing together Obless. But tonight, I just want to say thank you to the gentleman who spoke. What you do is you're lifting up us as women. Some of us have been through some pretty tough times in life, and we're not here to share all of that. But thank you for standing in your power, because what that does is that it allows us as women and our strength, and it empowers us. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, Chris.
Wow, very nice, Norel. Thank you. That was very nice. Jennifer Dickinson, I received your email. Jennifer Dixon will be the first. Jennifer, wave your hand. That's the one you sent me an email, right? Okay. She will be the first one on here for an animal. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll get together with you, Jen, tomorrow or Thursday, because I know I got a bunch of people I got to call tonight and tomorrow. So looking forward to hear about that project. Not a project, an old blessing for the animals, because I love animals. We all love animals. Once again, Anne Marie, thank you. Tonight, don't forget at 12 o'clock is the Rob Lynn Live. That's in about a little less than an hour. So you actually, for once, Narelle, I left you a whole almost an hour, Lynn, I mean, to go get ready. I'm not going to make you guys late. So check that out, Rob Lynn Live at midnight. She's got it advertised everywhere. Thank you for also advertising, Lynn, and everyone else that helped out with that. I appreciate it. Tomorrow, 360 is at 2 o'clock EDT afternoon for me. I don't know if Ash is gonna be on, because you never know with him, but I heard that I know he's real busy this week, and we're kind of trying not to bother him because he has got a lot of work to do before now in a few weeks, if you all know what I'm talking about. So get prepared, constantly check your back office, stay tuned, listen to the lives we do every day. Myself, Red Redford, Marty DeGarmo, 11:30, 12. Tomorrow will be, well, I think Marty and Red will be still doing a live tomorrow at the regular times, and then 360. But a lot of people out there that are actually doing lives every day. I love it. Thank you. But to bring something like this to the table, Anne Marie and Yvonne Finn, I want to thank you. I'm going to personally thank you tomorrow. I love everyone here. Go get some sleep. We got done early. What do you know? All right, unmute. Say goodbye.
Bye,
guys. Love
Bye,
you all.
Anne-Marie.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you,
Bye,
Chris.
everyone. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Everyone.
Night,
Great show.
Nice meeting you, Anne-Marie. Christina.
Anne-Marie.
Bye.